Hello and welcome, America! Even though I love all my non-American followers and friends, Deltia's Gaming, and we're going to go over combat basics. Now, I've done a lot of videos on leveling, but I really haven't covered the basics of how actually combat works. It took me a long time to figure out how to be effective in combat, so I want to give you, a few tips and how it works, what I've done to be successful, and so that way you're not clueless as to what's blocking, dodge rolling, how does it work, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is go out here, beat in a couple things. I'm going to walk you through, what I've learned, and so that way you guys can implement it during the leveling process. You ready? All right, there's some things to know about combat basics, and I'm going to start from the top to bottom. That way it doesn't mean like I skip anything. Obviously, there's a couple things to know. One, light attack, done with your mouse. That's going to hit obviously the least hard. You're going to go full heavy is when you hold down the left mouse and it goes through an entire animation. There's also a medium attack, which is holding it down just for a split second and letting it go. That's more of animational canceling, which we'll get to later. Essentially, it's firing two abilities at once. You can see kind of a pause. What I'm doing, that's kind of high level stuff. We're not going to get to that today. So that's attacking with your weapons. You also have skills that you can use. Come here. Sorry, dear. Extended change, so on and so forth. Some of these take magic, some of these take stamina. So you have basically two pools of resources. Magic, stamina. Magic is used for spells, damage, shields, bubbles, healing, all that sort of thing. You can have some utility things with it as well. Stamina, interestingly enough, is used for those sorts of things as well. You can heal with stamina. You can actually use abilities and effects. You can use damage, wards, knockbacks. But also stamina is used for blocking, dodge rolling, evading attacks. So a lot of the builds you'll see DPS-wise are based off of magic because they can use that stamina pool for defensive maneuvers. So let me show you about this. There you go. So if I attack this boss here, right, and I don't block, I'm just getting beat on right here. The most important thing for you to know as any player in this game is what blocking does and when to use it. So right now I'm taking damage. If I block, I hold the right mouse button down, I take way less damage, but at cost of stamina. So right here, I'm blocking. You see my stamina gets drained about 20 every hit. Let's just wait. If I keep blocking, eventually I'm going to run out of stamina, unless I regenerate it too fast on my Dunmer here. Okay, so when I run out of stamina, then I can't block. Then I can't mitigate any more damage. And then when he does a heavy attack, I'll be stunned. See, I'm out of stamina here. So the point I'm trying to make is know when to block appropriately. So if I'm out of stamina, I'm not blocking. I'm going to work on doing damage. I'm going to do on this. I'm going to beat on him. Now he does a heavy attack, block. So he has a heavy attack. Boom. I'm going to nuke him here. Okay, so blocking. Couple more advanced concepts with blocking here I want to get to show you. Blocking is so important to understand when to block. So when they do a heavy attack, basically a little thing above their head will sprout up. That's when you actually hold your block. Because if you block a heavy attack like that, then you can stun them. So let me show you here. So let's get really close. Actually, let's do first person. Ooh. Okay, I can't do first person. See that? That blocks. Now they have a circle on their head. It means if I hit them with a heavy attack, that they're going to get stunned. Being good at combat is really just manipulating the battlefield, manipulating your opponent, knowing when they cannot be stunned. So when I say stun, you'll hear that term CC, crowd control. That means your opponent they can't react to you. They can't do damage back. Hey, what's up, Sheppy? The joys of live recording. All right. So, now, you can do stuns like this one. This pulls them. Now, you see that circle at their feet? That circle? That little circle around their feet? That means they can't be stunned. So even NPCs now have immunity from stuns. See that? 5 or 6 seconds. So if I do this again, it doesn't have the same effect. So what I'm getting at here is know when to do a stun and what is a stun. So some of these abilities in here, extended chains is just simply a pull. It's not really a stun. But there's a different kinds of stuns. Everyone has access to one in destructive reach. This is a knockback. So it's going to knock them back. Let's put one more on my bar. Stone Fist is a stun, what we call a hard stun. So they can't do anything. There's also things called disorients. Disorients will basically stun you until someone does damage to you. I think Pure Petrify got changed, but stunning and then yeah. So if you do like if you are in a well-coordinated group and you're using disorients, basically you can disorient a target over here, and if no one hits it, it'll stay stunned for a really, really long time. That's kind of a high-level tactic. We call those mezzas in other games, but that's something you can do. So let me show you the difference here in a couple stuns. There you. All right, so we got a little bunch of critters here. Oh, I pulled the boss. Well, I want to kill it. That's a knockback. That's a hard stun. I'm gonna drop an ulti here. We nuked him. Okay, so the boss comes to me. Oh, the boss can be stunned. So the first thing I'm going to do in combat is knock this boss away. I'm going to hold block. Not going to panic. Light attack when he's not hitting me. So he hits me. Red circle, get out of it. Light attack, keep on light attacking. Okay, holding block. I'm out of stamina. There's no point in blocking now. Knock him back. I'm about dead. That's fine. So is he. Boom. So you can see there, like when I'm fighting someone, I'm not really looking at my character. I'm looking at my resource bars. I'm going, okay, I have magic so I can self-heal. I have stamina so I can block or dodge roll, which we're going to get to. I have all these things that I can use. Use ultimates. When ultimates come up, that's what they're there for. Use them. I mean, even if you fat finger a button. A lot of people panic, when they get pressure and enemies come and attack them. The best thing you can do before you start combat is know your go-to keys. So for me, almost every single build that I have, my major defensive ability is the 5 key. Yes, the 5 key. Because if I'm getting attacked, I'm getting jumped in PvP or Cyrodiil, my brain doesn't have to go look at my bar, have to go, okay, what am I going to do? I can just know 5, click 5, click 5, click 5. Another thing that you might want to invest in is a mouse like this. This is a Razer Naga. So I'm not promoting Razer or whatever, but these keys on the side here make such a difference. And let me show you why. Because I can move here with this and then use my abilities with that. So I'm moving with this AWS key. I can constantly strafe, constantly move around, and then I'm using this to do my abilities. Otherwise, you're basically just standing still and then clicking 1, then clicking 2, then clicking 3. So if you're having problems with those clicks, I highly recommend investing in a mouse. It will make a huge difference in your performance and your gameplay. It really will. If you don't have the money, I totally get that. But just something that you could do that if you have extra money and you want to improve, it's going to help. Okay, so we talked about stuns a little bit. I want to show you again just because that was a boss. That's a hard stun. You see, they're just sitting there. Now they break it. Now that immunity effect applies. So Mordekai's come, and you can stun multiple enemies. So if that guy comes, I can stun him. But you can't stun the same thing over and over and over. Not anymore. So like, he's stunned. I can't keep on stunning him. It's only going to apply. Stuns are so important. PvP, PvE, anything. It's the name of the game in manipulating your target. So another thing is, like what I said earlier, if you get under pressure, like if I'm getting attacked, okay, what do? Well, I know I can block for a while and mitigate damage. I know I have number 5 key that's going to, self-heal me. What's my other key? What's my offensive key? For me, it's always 4. 4 in almost every game is like my major nuke 'em. So get these keys no matter which class you play. Set up your bar so your brain doesn't even have to think. You can just go 4. I know guy gets in near 4. Okay, now we're going to move on to dodge rolling. Pink Latex, this is for you. How dodge rolling works. Dodge rolling will essentially evade almost anything. Like so attacks, projectiles, it'll avoid almost anything. The problem with dodge rolling is it takes an enormous amount of your stamina. So if I go this, look at that, 25% almost of my stamina. So dodge rolling is great, except now I can't block. So you have to know when to dodge roll. Let me show you. So a good time to dodge roll is out of red, or also when they're charging a heavy attack. So let me show you. That, dodge roll. So I can avoid that. Get back in, hit them. If there's a big bunch of red stuff on the ground, I'm going to dodge roll out of it. See if we can't get it again. When we see that queued up, we're dodge rolling. Dodge. See? Didn't even hit me. You didn't even hear the sound because I dodged it. Alright, so now I want to talk about keybinds and how you can basically really improve your gameplay by just changing some keys around. So some common mistakes that I see with resource management is people don't know to turn a couple things on and off. So for instance, I go to settings, when I start a new character or, figuring something out, I always change my roll dodge. I change it to something that's bound. The Z key, or the V key works for me. So when I hit that key, I dodge roll. Hit that key, I dodge roll. That gives me more control over when I dodge roll. It doesn't matter what you set the key to. It could be middle mouse. It could be, just anything that you can access easily. Why I set it to V is because I can strafe like this and dodge roll. Strafe, dodge roll. Strafe, dodge roll. So for me, it gives me way more control over dodge rolling because I can continue moving and dodge rolling. So for instance, let's show you how this works. So you can see the whole idea behind this is, and Shepard in the background, he's being naughty today, sorry. Alright, so an enemy comes at me. If I want to avoid them, I strafe, and when they charge up a heavy, dodge roll. See? I avoided it. So using those two commands, and I have to dodge roll Sheppy over here, using those two commands gives me more control over that. Okay, another thing. Under gameplay, double tap to dodge roll. Turn this off. Turn it off. Trust me. Because if you do the whole herky jerky thing like this, you're gonna be dodge rolling, you're gonna be blowing through your stamina. Do turn that off. It'll make a big difference in controlling your character's gameplay. So those two things, dodge rolling. Now if we get a big red circle, let's see if this boss is up. Okay, the boss is back up. So I'm gonna kill these ads and explain some stuff. I'm gonna run out of stamina. Let me equip a potion. If you don't know about potions, you go into your quick slots here, items, quick slots, and then put a little potion here. Potions make or break you as a player. The way I look at things is, if I run out of magicka, I can still survive. If I run out of stamina, I'm dead. That's the way I look at things. Ooh, blue staff. Alright, we'll do that after the video. So let's get these guys. Come here, you. Standard. 4 key, block, 2 key, rooting them in place. Okay. So we've got the ads down, we got big nasty boss. I'm gonna use a potion, get my stamina back up. I'm gonna drop my standard again. Okay, so he's beating on me, my stamina's about out, so now I cannot dodge roll, I cannot block. It's just kite mode. Kite mode means I'm strafing, just like this. Strafe, 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 waiting until I get my stamina back. Alright, I've got some stamina back, so now I can dodge roll if needed and block and get up close. Oh, he's about dead already? Wow. Not even hitting you. Nope. So much for that example. It's going to show you the appropriate way to dodge roll is if there's big red crap and you can't get out of it. So if there's I'm in stun of this enemy here. There's red stuff in front of me or to the side, or there's just red everywhere. That's in a time where I'll hold my S key to back up and then I'll dodge roll. See, that's how you control where you go. You hold the key. If you want to go in forward, you go in front. Potion, forward, dodge roll. You can do the side. Let me kill this guy. He's making me mad. And if you hit the key and you don't have enough dodge roll, it'll flash up. So watch. So if I want to go to the right, I hold the right key, dodge roll. If I want to go back, dodge roll. Go forward, dodge roll. I'm out of stamina. See, it won't even go. You'll hear that sound. Then it goes. So if you don't hold any key and you hit dodge roll, it will just go somewhere by default. So some of these things I'm showing you and tricks and stuff, don't get frustrated if you can't pull off day one. It's going to take some time to get used to this. But strafing, let's talk about that. You're going to hear something called line of sight, LOS. LOS is nothing more than using line of sight to hit your opponents. So for instance, this little nugget over here, let's get him. If I run around this tree, look, he can't hit me, right? So you can use this in PvE, PvP. You're just playing tag, essentially. So, if I'm about to die, let's get into a point where I'm just about to die. I'm going to show you what I do to survive. Which is nothing more than kite, line of sight. Oh, it's going to hit me hard. I'm at 30. Come on. Hey, we're talking 10. Here we go. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Block, block, block. Dodge roll. Didn't hit me. Dodge roll. Didn't hit me. Block just in case. Use a potion. I'm here. Still nothing, still nothing. 5%. I'm gonna dodge roll. Create some space. There we go. Now sprint. Okay, now we gotta deal with them. So that's how you can use your stamina to survive and not even self-heal and still stay alive. It's line of sight. Something else I didn't talk about is sprinting. Sprinting is nothing more than holding your shift key and running. So you can see sprinting does cost a lot of stamina, but it's so important to, if you do a dodge roll then sprint, you can create a lot of space for yourself. So know what you want. Some builds want space, some builds want to get up in your face. If you're in trouble, create space. So if I'm in trouble with this guy here, let's say he's beating on me, this is the ultimate create space. Knockback, dodge roll, sprint. Now look at this. Now I got time to think about what I'm going to do when this guy gets near me again. By the time he gets near, I'm just kiting him around. Just kiting him around. I control you, mob. You don't control me. That's what I'm talking about as far as control and using sprint, dodge roll. So think in terms of your stamina is really used defensively. That's more how you stay alive is through stamina. Once you're out of stamina, don't panic. You have to do something about it. You can either use a synergy to get back, you can use potions, you can use whatever. But if you're out of stamina, what I see people do is go, oh my god, what do I do? Attack. Attacking just even light attacks, heavy attacks, anything is better than just sitting there getting beat on. And remember, a fully charged heavy attack will give you resources back. If you're using a staff, it'll give you magicka back. If you're using weapons, it will give you stamina back. So watch. He restored 517 stamina. So if you're out of, so I'll do complete heavy. Oh, it's restoring over time. Complete heavy restores 517 stamina. So if you're out of resources, just do a heavy attack until you can, do something else. Or if you have plenty of magic, use magic to either create space, lock them down, stun them, and gain your composure. All right, I'm gonna try to do something where there's like so many critters, like there's no way I can survive. I want you guys to see. I want to show you guys what I do kind of to survive. Can we pull like just a million things? Now if I die, I'm gonna have to like, make fun of myself here. Alright, let's pull a million things. Alright. Well, we got tons of stuff coming. Here we go. Block, potion immediately. Root him down. Dodge roll. Sprint, create space. Okay, now 6 of them are sitting back there doing nothing. As they come near me, I'm just burning them down. Block. Root. Create space. Sprint. I'm out of stamina completely, but they're dead. Use space as your friend. Space is the way you control these mobs. Because remember, these mobs can do nothing else but come towards you. If you're talking about a player, it gets way more complicated. But this is mainly for the leveling experience. That's how you just become a master of leveling, is just knowing that, hey, these mobs, I control them. They don't control me. Get back. Boom. No. Come on. Come on, guys. Come back. Root you. Dodge roll. See ya. Your CC break immunity's up. See ya. That's the way you master the combat in this game, is knowing your resources and keep an eye on them. So for me, this resource bar thing I have is Wicked's Enhanced HUD. You can use Foundry Tactical Combat, but either way, I'm not really looking at my pretty character. I'm looking at my resources. And I like the percentages on them because I know if I have a certain percentage of health, I'm going to get more healing from Green Dragon's Blood. If I have a certain percentage of stamina, I know that I can dodge roll. So dodge roll right there costs about 25% stamina. So at 16%, can't dodge roll. 28, can't dodge roll. There. So those percentages are actually really key to know how you survive. But I probably should have done this a long time ago. I know that I just been getting a lot of questions on it, and we had pink latex with the dodge roll thing. Moral of the story is, don't dodge roll, don't block if you don't need to. And when you're out of resources, don't panic. Either chart, just do something. Something is better than nothing. Even doing just a big old heavy attack to get stamina back is better than just sitting there getting beat on and panicking. Just remember that when you get in these panic situations, like first off, everyone panics once in a while. You're like, oh crap, I forget what I'm doing. So don't think that, I do it all the time. But remember, that 5 key, whatever it is for you, 1, 3, whatever, the oh crap, oh bleep key, have it set up, all of your characters. So you don't have to think about it. Oh my god, I'm about to die, Green Dragon's Blood. I'm about to die, Breath of Life. I'm about to die, Vanish as a Nightblade. I'm about to die, Hardened Ward as a Sork. Something that your brain goes off. Oh my god, I'm about to die. Let's just do another little combat thing here. Let's just get so many mobs. Come on, guys. Just doing so much damage to him. Like, even a light attack is just killing him. Ah! Alright, standard. Boom. Block. Oh, now I'm in trouble. Block. Alright. Turn him down, baby. Not blocking. The last point I want to make about blocking is that certain... oops, I ate red there. Potion. I'm alive. Switch bars. Where are you going, bro? Remember that there's a reason why I like Sword and Shield. Is it because it costs less blocking? As Jeppy comes up, he'd like Sword and Shield too. Shepard, I'm making a video. Oh, I should have locked him out. Oh well, you guys can see my life. So remember, Sword and Shield, there's a reason why I like it. Increases the amount of damage you can block, and it reduces the cost of blocking. So if you're blocking with a Destruction Staff, you're going to get way more stamina off than you would with the Sword and Shield. Let's test it. I get this guy here. So I block at 100% stamina. That was like 26%, 24%. That's like 10%. So there's a huge, huge difference. So leveling with Sword and Shield, you don't even have to use any Sword and Shield abilities. Look at my guy. I have no Sword and Shield abilities on. I'm just using it for extra mitigation. So blocking, so key. But that's really just the basics of combat. We're going to get into animation canceling and some of the other really cool stuff later. Ooh, dang it. I just wanted to kind of go over combat in a nutshell, because I do come out with these builds, but I think that I could really do a better job of explaining exactly how it is to use them. And just say, set your bars up like this and go to town. Well, it's actually more complicated than that. So, hopefully you guys like this video. Way more newbie guides coming out. I know a lot of players are coming back, learning this game again. And stick with it. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging at first. It really is. I mean, leveling, even myself, I'm like, oh god, wow, some of these things I forgot. So stick with it. If you're enjoying it, keep playing. I'll keep producing this content and help you guys out, because you give me so much positive feedback. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and more to come to Emerald A to Z.